व्यक्तिगत स्वार्थों को नहीं, देश हित को सर्वोच्च प्राथमिकता दे। उनका जीवन हमें प्रेरणा देता है कि हमारे लिए परिवारवाद, भाई भतीजावाद नहीं, बल्कि देश सबसे बड़ा होना चाहिए। कहते हैं कि राष्ट्र रक्षा के लिए अपनी जिम्मेदारी न निभा पाने पर वीर लासित ने मोमाई को भी सजा दी थी। उन्होंने कहा था, देहोत कोई मोमाई डांगोर न होए। यानी मोमाई देश से बड़ा नहीं होता। यानी कह सकते हैं कि कोई भी व्यक्ति, कोई भी रिश्ता देश से बड़ा नहीं होता। आप कल्पना करिए, जब वीर लासित की सेना ने यह सुना होगा कि उनका सेनापति देश को कितनी प्राथमिकता देता है, तो उस छोटे से सैनिक का हौसला कितना बढ़ गया होगा। और साथियों, ये हौसला ही होता है जो जीत का आधार होता है। मुझे खुशी है कि आज का नया भारत राष्ट्र प्रथम, नेशन फर्स्ट के इसी आदर्श को लेकर आगे बढ़ रहा है। साथियों, जब कोई राष्ट्र अपने सही अतीत को जानता है, सही इतिहास को जानता है, तो ही वो अपने अनुभवों से सीखता भी है, उसे भविष्य के लिए सही दिशा मिलती है। हमारी ये जिम्मेदारी है कि हम अपने इतिहास की दृष्टि को केवल कुछ दशकों या कुछ सदियों तक सीमित न रखें। मैं आज असम के प्रसिद्ध गीतकार द्वारा रचित और भारत रत्न भूपेन हजारिका द्वारा स्वरबद्ध एक गीत की दो पंक्तियां भी दोहराना चाहूंगा। इसमें कहा गया है, मोई लासिते कोइस, मोई लासिते कोइस, मुर हो नाई नाम लुआ, लुईत पोरिया डेका डोल। यानी मैं लासित बोल रहा हूं, ब्रह्मपुत्र किनारे के युवाओं, मेरा बार बार नाम लो। निरंतर स्मरण करके ही हम आने वाली पीढ़ियों को सही इतिहास से परिचित करा सकते हैं। अभी थोड़ी देर पहले मैंने लासित बोरफुकन जी के जीवन पर आधारित एक प्रदर्शनी देखी, बहुत ही प्रभावित करने वाली थी, शिक्षा देने वाली थी। साथ ही मुझे उनकी शौर्य गाथा पर लिखी किताब का विमोचन करने का भी सौभाग्य मिला। इस तरह के आयोजनों के जरिए ही देश के सही इतिहास और ऐतिहासिक घटनाओं से जन जन को जोड़ा जा सकता है। साथियों, मैं जब आज देख रहा था तो मेरे मन में एक विचार आया, असम के और देश के कलाकारों को जोड़ करके हम इस पर सोच सकते हैं। जैसे छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज पर एक जानता राजा नाट्य प्रयोग है, करीब 250-300 कलाकार, हाथी, घोड़े, सारे कार्यक्रम में होते हैं और बड़ा प्रभावित कार्यक्रम है। क्या हम लासित बरफुकन जी के जीवन पर ऐसा ही एक नाट्य प्रयोग तैयार करें और हिंदुस्तान के कोने कोने में ले जाएं? एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत का जो संकल्प है ना, उसमें ये सारी चीजें बहुत बड़ी ताकत देते हैं। हमें भारत को विकसित भारत बनाना है, पूर्वोत्तर को भारत के सामर्थ्य का केंद्र बिंदु बनाना है। मुझे विश्वास है वीर लासित बोरफुकन की 400वीं जन्म जयंती हमारे इन संकल्पों को मजबूत करेगी और देश अपने लक्ष्यों को हासिल करेगा। इसी भावना के साथ मैं फिर एक बार असम सरकार का, हेमंता जी का, असम के लोगों का हृदय से आभारी हूं कि इस पवित्र समारोह में मुझे भी पुण्य कमाने का अवसर मिल गया। मैं आपका बहुत बहुत आभारी हूं। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद महोदय।
I mean, as you pointed out, these are very glaring accusations and allegations against the Delhi government, and their flagship program of education is something which has always been projected by the Delhi government and the Chief Minister as being the main reason why people are supporting the Aam Aadmi Party. You pointed out, but there's one more point which is there in the vigilance report, and that also talks about how private entities, and they take a name of one specifically of Babbar and Babbar Associates, saying that these private entities have been given contracts in the running of the administration. Remember, it's pretty much a similar allegation which was done as far as the excise policy scam was concerned. Over there too, the allegation was that private entities perceived to be close to a Delhi government, the ones who were running it, and they were the beneficiaries. How does it play out on the ground? Well, we are seeing the MCD elections. In the MCD elections, education, health, mohalla clinics, the schools run by the Delhi government, all of that is under the scanner by the BJP. The BJP's allegation is that this is a scam. They're unsubstantiated achievements which the Delhi government is talking about. So I think with this latest revelation, where the Vigilance Committee has forwarded a report to a chief secretary. The chief secretary is expected to get responses and then file the response back to the Vigilance Committee, and then it goes on from there. Will be something which is going to lead to another fresh round of allegations, counter allegations between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party.
Now, Pallavi, how do you think the OP is going to be responding to this? Because these are massive findings that comes in line with the BJP's allegation of a classroom scam.
Well, I mean, the Delhi Chief Minister has gone on record to say that how the central investigative agencies, whether it's ED, CBI, the Vigilance Committee, all of them are being misused by the BJP because they want to hit out politically at the Aam Aadmi Party. I don't think the Aap government is going to take these kind of allegations very seriously. They're going to say, there you go. Those allegations are absolutely unsubstantiated. And if you have the investigative agencies in your hand, then of course you target your political opponents. And they've been deciding to brazen it out, really, Aisha. We saw it in the case of Satyendra Jain. There's no question of resignation. They're brazenly supporting Satyendra Jain. So I think the AAP strategy is to dig their heels in.
Absolutely. Pallavi, I do want you to stay with us. We are being joined by Mr. Harish Khurana of the BJP. Mr. Khurana, thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18. The big breaking development, the report has now been released about the classroom scam. There are very significant and scathing findings. What is your first reaction to this?
See, from the day one, BJP was alleging that there's a huge scam in the classroom, in the school scam. Now today, the Director of Vigilance has also confirmed that and recommended the fixing of the responsibility of the concerned officials of the Education Department and the PWD Department also. I mean, the amount is around about 1,300 crore rupees. What we feel, BJP feel is, the amount is much, much bigger because in this case, the vigilance report which has come in is around about only 2,000 odd classroom what we are talking about. But the actual construction of the rooms are there, about 21,000 rooms which Aam Aadmi Party was claiming. So if you see the quantum of the scam, it's much, much higher what BJP is alleging, and we have the proofs of that. I mean, the role of Babbar and Babbar company, the role of the people, the contractors which have been given the contracts, these has to be investigated thoroughly. And I think the actual kingpin of this whole scam is Arvind Kejriwal and Satyendra Jain and Manish Sisodia.
Mr. Khurana, I would also like you to elaborate on how your party really found out that these irregularities were taking place, because you had first raised these allegations in August, if I'm not wrong.
See, first of all, this whole scam was started when the agency was being hired for constructing or giving the design and everything. The Babbar and Babbar Associates, they have been given a contract without any tender. I mean, without allegation, he's a private person, and with the report also says that he's been appointed as a consultant, not only attending a crucial meeting but influenced the post tender from the minister also. The scam started over there from the Babbar and Babbar Associates, and has gone up to level that the amount of which sanction amount of the tender has gone escalated like anything. It has gone so much high that the quantum of the money which has been allocated by the Vigilance Department is around about 1,300 crores of only 2,000 odd classrooms what we're talking about.
And how do you think this... Sorry, continue.
Sorry?
Sorry, please continue.
No, so, I mean, if you see, but the actual construction, they're in two phases now. First phase was around 9,000 odd classrooms, and the second phase was 11,000 odd classrooms. So the classrooms, the 21,000 odd classrooms have been constructed. So if you see, this kind of pattern will be continued in further construction also. Then the quantum will go in thousands and thousands of crores.
Absolutely, Mr. Khurana. I would like you to stay with us because we're also being joined by Mr. R.P. Singh of the BJP. Welcome back. In a shocking incident, Aam Aadmi Party Trade Wing Secretary Sandeep Bharadwaj has died due to suicide. His body was found in Rajouri Garden residence. He was reportedly close to getting a ticket for the MCD elections but didn't and was allegedly troubled because of it. The BJP has called it a murder and not a suicide. They've also demanded a high-level probe into the matter. Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia has dismissed all these allegations, saying that Bharadwaj's death is not linked to ticket distribution. Reactions on the story.
दुखद है, संदीप जी मेरे भी करीबी थे और ट्रेड विंग में काफ़ी अहम भूमिका निभाते थे, लेकिन इस तरह से टिकट से नहीं जोड़ सकते इसको, ये गलत कर रहे हैं।
ये आत्महत्या नहीं, हत्या है। उस जगह से जिनको टिकट दिया गया आम आदमी पार्टी के द्वारा, वो पैसे पर टिकट बेच दिया गया। हम चाहते हैं कि इस केस में एक उच्च स्तरीय जांच हो, न्यायिक जांच हो, जिस स्तर पे भी जांच हो, संदीप भारद्वाज की हत्या के तह में जाना पड़ेगा दिल्ली को।
My colleague Akash Sharma is joining us on the broadcast. Akash, can you tell us about this latest controversy? Very unfortunate death of the Aam Aadmi Party leader. First, tell us about the circumstances in which he was found dead and, of course, the politics happening around the issue.
Right. So, Anusha, this happened yesterday. And, as far as the information by police is concerned, so we were told that at around 4:40 in the evening, a PCR call was received from Kukureja Hospital. And police officers were told that this man, Sandeep Bharadwaj, who is the secretary of Aam Aadmi Party Trade Wing, was brought dead there. So police started the investigation under Section 174. And, because he was a political person, now we are seeing these allegations as well, as BJP is now saying that it was not a suicide, but it was a murder. And the argument is that, he was working in that particular area from last so many years and wanted to fight elections as well. He was promised a ticket, but at the end moment, he was denied for it. And in fact, this was the very thing that was mentioned by him in his Facebook Live. And, I was mentioning this very point a few minutes back as well, that a number of journalists received this particular message from his side that he is going to fight independently, and for that he is going to file nomination as well. But eventually he did not file the nomination. We don't know the condition, and yes, it is a matter of investigation now. But now BJP is saying that this was a murder rather than suicide, and that's the reason why they are asking for a deeper investigation now.
All right, that's why they're asking for more investigation in this. Akash, we've spoken about this earlier, but let's also talk a little bit more about the MCD elections and how these elections continue to dominate the politics between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. The timing of each allegation, the timing of each statement which is made in the public discourse is very important, keeping in mind these are not just any municipal body elections, but elections which are perceived to be a battle of prestige for both the parties.
Exactly, and it's a matter of prestige, as you rightly mentioned. And Anusha, we are seeing a number of developments, and this is something revolving around the allegations where it has been said that Aam Aadmi Party is involved in corruption practices. Be it the excise policy, be it the Aam Aadmi Party's DTC, alleged DTC scam, or the cash for ticket cases. BJP is saying that BJP is basically trying to set a narrative that Aam Aadmi Party is not a party of Aam Aadmi. They used to claim that they are not involved in any sort of corruption. They are far away from the fact that political parties generally sell their election tickets. But now, we saw that how ACB arrested 3 individuals, and the allegation was that, Aam Aadmi Party MLA, from Model Town, Akhileshpati Tripathi, asked for 90 lakh rupees for one individual ticket. Then we saw that how from Northwest Delhi one lady came out and, one sting operation was released where it was said that several party post holders were asking for 80 to 90 lakh rupees for one individual ticket. Then we saw that how Gulab Singh, who is an MLA from Patiala constituency of West Delhi, was allegedly beaten up by a number of supporters because the argument was that, he was asking for 80 to 90 lakh rupees and, he in fact took 80 to 90 lakh rupees but did not give the particular ticket to the particular individual. So we are seeing a number of developments, posterbazis, happening from both the sides. Aam Aadmi Party is releasing posters, BJP is releasing posters. On the other hand, talking about parties, so Aam Aadmi Party is clearly saying that they are going to fight elections on the basis of the muddas. Waste management in Delhi, primary education, parks, sanitation workers, and all other issues that are related to MCD. However, on the other hand, we have BJP, which is also talking about the issues, but they are saying that, we don't want Aam Aadmi Party in MCD, and we want to make it very clear that Aam Aadmi Party is not the party that you think is a corruption-free party or a party that believes in future of Delhi.
And as we were talking earlier, that not just MCD elections, this clean image of the Aam Aadmi Party is also something that BJP has been questioning again and again. And of course, Aam Aadmi Party is a political opponent in Delhi, in states like Gujarat as well. And this narrative will continue to go on in the next few days as well. Thank you, Akash, for getting us all the details on that important story. Moving on to another crucial development. In fresh developments in the Shraddha murder case, the statements of the two Shraddha's friends, they've been recorded. They've said that Shraddha and Aftab used to fight a lot and there were attempts made to mediate between the two. Aftab also underwent a psychoanalysis test at the FSL Rohini yesterday. Now, a team of experts, these are psychology and also some experts who look at the evidence in terms of the polygraph test, they interacted with Aftab at length to understand his line of thought and his behavior. All of these facets were closely studied. In the second half, the polygraph test also began. This is where Aftab was attached to the monitor and a proper test with a prepared line of questionnaire was conducted. The polygraph test may be conducted yet again. Beyond this, Aftab's police custody is stated to end tomorrow. He is likely to undergo a narco analysis test also very soon.
टेस्ट है वो जारी है, इसके अलावा कोई जानकारी शेयर नहीं की जा सकती। नहीं, ये जानकारी ये टीम और उनके बंदे का
मेडिकली फिट है मैम। वो
कब शुरू हुआ था टेस्ट के लिए? आज सब्जेक्ट हमारे पास था एंड टेस्ट इज गोइंग ऑन। टीम सर्वर
कब तक चलेगा
ये डिपेंड करेगा कि क्या कंडीशन है, कितनी लेंथ है, ये अभी नहीं कहा जा सकता क्योंकि ये साइंटिफिक टीम्स जो वर्क कर रही होती है दैट कैन डिसाइड कि उन्हें फर्दर।
My colleague Nikhil Lakhwani is joining us on the broadcast. Nikhil, of course, the bare details or the key details of the polygraph test or the line of questioning would not be known by us specifically talking. But broadly speaking, what is the tone and tenor that most police officers are talking about? The much awaited narco analysis test, when is that likely to happen?
Well, Anusha, as far as the narco test is concerned, once the polygraph test is completed, then only the authorities will move further for the narco test. And if we talk about the details of yesterday when the narco test was underway, so yesterday a few hours of questioning and the entire test was taking place. But since the accused person on which the polygraph test was being done, he was feeling cuffish and in fact he was feeling feverish as well. This is the reason why the entire test had to be halted. And today, if all the parameters, all the vitals of the accused person remains okay health-wise, then the further completion of the process of the polygraph will take place. Once the polygraph test is completed, Anusha, then only the authorities, the agencies and the FSL lab will further move towards the narco test. And the report for entire tests, including narco and polygraph, will be completed in next 7 to 10 days. And as far as the line of questioning is concerned, the Delhi police officials have maintained a number of questions which are related to the investigation. They are cross-checking all the details which have been given by him earlier as well to cross-verify all the details, because so far they only have on the basis of statement and the confession. The investigations are underway. But once if anything crucial comes out of this particular test, and if the recovery of another new evidence follows, then it will be a major breakthrough for the Delhi police to produce the case strongly in the court of law.
And all eyes when the custody ends. What does the police have to say to the court authorities? Will they seek an extension of custody, or is that all that the Delhi police wanted? A quick check of some key stories from across the country. And two coaches of the Barauni-Gwalior Express derailed at Gwalior railway station. The train was moving towards the yard after passengers got off at the platform. No one has been hurt in the incident, fortunately. The cause of the derailment hasn't been ascertained yet. Maintenance work is currently underway. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's security has been breached in Gujarat. A drone was shot down by NSG security team after it breached the no drone flying zone. That's the notification. A multi-agency probe has been launched. The 3 people operating the drone have been arrested. Nothing has been recovered from the drone so far. And a massive fire broke out in Delhi's Chandni Chowk area last evening. About 40 fire engines were on the spot and they're attempting to douse the fire. The narrow lanes of Old Delhi made it difficult for the engines to reach the spot. Various buildings have been completely damaged. The cause of the fire is yet to be known. No casualties reported so far. At least half a dozen people have been injured after being mowed down by a bus on NH31 in Begusarai. Following the accident, a lot of chaos erupted on the spot. The 6 people who sustained injuries were admitted to a hospital by the locals. The incident occurred when the bus was going to Malko. The Congress Party's Bharat Jodo Yatra has resumed from Madhya Pradesh Borgaon village. Rahul Gandhi led the yatra and will be going through 7 districts of the state over the next few days. This is the 79th day of the yatra. Former Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Kamal Nath has also joined the yatra. Notable leaders and celebrities continue to show their support to the movement. 15 elephants damaged tomatoes, sunflower and paddy crops at Andhra Pradesh Tarla Banda village in Chittor district. Despite many barricades put up by the Forest Department, the elephants continue to attack farms in the district. The farmers complain that the government is not providing them any kind of compensation for the loss incurred. Malaysian reformist opposition leader Anwar Ibrahim has been sworn in as the country's prime minister. 75-year-old King Sultan Abdullah Sultan Ahmed Shah has been named as the nation's 10th leader. This comes as Anwar's alliance of Hope led Saturday the election with 82 seats, which was short of 112 that is needed for a majority.
ખેડામાં આવ્યો છું ડાકોરના રણછોડરાયજીના ચરણોમાં પ્રણામ કરી મારી વાતની શરૂઆત કરવા માંગુ છું. માં મહાલક્ષ્મી અને માં અંબાને પણ પ્રણામ કરી મારી વાતની શરૂઆત કરવા માંગુ છું મિત્રો. અને મૌદાની જ ભૂમિમાં જન્મેલા स्वातंत्र सेनानी केसरी सिंह जी ने श्रद्धांजलि आपी आजे एमनी वीरता ने प्रणाम करू छू मित्रों. माताओं भाईओ बहनों, आजे जયારે હું અહીં આવ્યો છું એ વખતે